Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Taurus, wherever Taurus shows up in your chart. And we're going to just kind of do like a vibe check for 2025. I'm not going to do like every single month and all of that because I don't know about you, but I don't remember those readings. So, I mean, I love hearing them, but then I like immediately forget. But also that's normal for me to like literally forget what I just said 5 seconds ago or what I heard 5 seconds ago. So anyway, I love that the cards are being really chatty right now. So, like I said, we're just going to kind of like an overall vibe check. And I do just want, like a few cards, nothing crazy. And what else? I'm not taking cards yet. I mean, I guess I'll say it out loud. I don't know. Because I haven't taken like any of the cards that have fallen out yet, but I just don't feel like it's ready yet. So, we're riding the vibes, I guess, this whole reading. What else? I feel like I'm missing something. Ooh, definitely, subscribe to the channel. I would love it if you would do so. If you haven't already, thank you either way. And okay, let's officially get some cards. I haven't really been like paying much attention to like the bottom of the deck, but we have strength at the bottom of the deck. So we have the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. And then the strength card at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor, Four of Swords. It's interesting because like we have these two fire cards and, obviously a pentacle. But what I find interesting between just the three cards that I mentioned at the bottom of the deck and the three cards that are on the table is that the last card is like this kind of chill card. So it's interesting, like putting energy into a thing and then letting it like either resolve itself or like letting it manifest almost even too. The King of Wands, interestingly enough too, because there's this lion here in this specific King of Wands, and strength is a card of Leo, or lions are usually associated with that as well. Like, have you met a Leo that doesn't have a tattoo of a lion on them yet? Or like imagery of a lion? But then I just started thinking, okay, so where would Leo be in your chart? Your third house, if you're a Taurus rising, communication, daily commutes. Anyway, so King of Wands. Kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? So there's a mastery here. There's an authority level here also. Wands have to do with the actions that we take, the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion, right? Like, how are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? And interestingly enough, too, like the King of Wands is the entrepreneur of the tarot. Like, you're not going to tell the King of Wands really what to do. Like, the King of Wands isn't going to adhere to somebody else's schedule. They like need that creative freedom, right? To like get their hands dirty, to try things. Obviously, there have already been a lot of things that they have already tried. So with this being an overall vibe check, there's clearly something here that's been mastered. It could even just be really seeing your own worth, like your own potential, right? Like recognizing that you are a hard worker, that, you do have creative ideas and a skill set that is marketable. So whatever this King of Wands is here, right? It could be a a promotion. It could be making a decision to like branch out on your own in some capacity. It could be a decision to go in a different direction that is better suited for like, your pace, your skill set, what you are looking for. And I do find it interesting that we have, even just a symbolism of the lion here, and we have the strength card at the bottom of the deck, because it's almost like this lion is pushing you forward. I mean, you could have like a goal, by summer, you want to be in a certain, whatever, like a certain place in your life, right? Because, I mean, of course, like if you are one of those people that sets goals for, the coming year, or resolutions or whatever, even intentions, right? Like I stopped setting resolutions a couple years ago and I started setting intentions, although I have also just been thinking, like there are things that I want to do, want to achieve. And I have been thinking of in terms of by summer, I want to be able to do blah, 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 right? So maybe you have been thinking along the same lines. And I also find it interesting. I can't even tell you how many times I've looked at these cards since I've had them. I mean, this is my favorite deck. So I have my hands on these cards a lot. And I have never really recognized these lines. It's almost like a frequency or like a radar. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. They're little white lines. It almost also looks like the orbital path of, like the planets, right? Like when you see pictures of our solar system and it has like the line around the sun of like what each planet, the orbit that it is. So, there could just be some big transits coming up, because in 2025, like Uranus moves out of Taurus finally. I'm a Taurus sun. I am glad for that, although it's going into my 12th house, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. But so Uranus is gonna change signs. Neptune is changing signs. The nodes are changing. Pluto, of course, just changed signs. Saturn is going to be changing signs. So like those outer planets that are in a zodiac sign for a couple of years, like all of those are changing signs at some point next year. So there could just be some transits coming up that are going to be very beneficial for you. Even if you are unaware of them, it's just like, just know that there's things happening out there in the ethers that could be supporting you in a big way. And what is also interesting, I realize we're still talking about the effing King of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands right next to it. So not only, the highest expression of the suit, right? There's nowhere to go after the King of Wands, except for back to the Ace of Wands. So this could be, like having a new lease on life, like just feeling reinvigorated, feeling, passionate about something again. It's, also too, maybe even feeling that itch of creativity where, maybe it just hasn't been flowing very easily or coming as naturally as maybe it had at, some point. And two, it's almost like, the King of Wands is like also too adulting, right? It's like having multiple responsibilities, because kings, they oversee a kingdom. So having those responsibilities, even too, spending a lot of time just self-development, getting really clear on, what actions that you do want to take and where you do want to focus your energy. So then with this Ace of Wands, this is a new creative project. I love that this fire is at their third, like kind of between their third eye and their crown, because it's very like higher consciousness, very, being divinely guided, like allowing yourself to follow what lights you up type of thing. And even too, like recognizing that you even want that. Like, re-inviting joy back into your life. And even if that means like, what are the things that you used to enjoy and just haven't done in a long time, right? Like, can you spare some time to let yourself do that again and, just kind of see how it feels and see where it takes you, Aces are new though too. So again, right? I mean, this is like a new lease on life. This is, that spark showing back up again, re-inviting joy into your life in whatever capacity that is. Even with these two being fire energy, like really, I keep like feeling sweaty. I'm not sweaty, but I keep getting this feeling about like movement, because I mean, these are cards of action, right? Taking action, movement. But I mean, really just kind of like getting your hands in there. And then we have this Knight of Pentacles, which is, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the whole tarot. So anytime I see the Knight of Pentacles show up, it is usually at the end of a reading. I feel like I've rarely seen the Knight of Pentacles at the beginning of a reading. I have. It's just rare. But whenever it does show up, it's always this reminder to me that, for one, take things slowly. I know we have these two fire cards here, and, I mean, that can make us like move really quickly. I think Taurus too, like, I think we can move quick when we have enough information, right? But I don't really think like Tauruses are very fond of change or transition. But I do think that is in part because we need more information, which is also too, I feel like wands are information because it's information by way of experience. That's what we get by trying things, right? We figure out what works, what doesn't work, what do we like, what don't we like. But I do think that a Taurus can move pretty quickly once we do feel like we have enough information, and we can move shit out of our way pretty easily too, because I mean, you think of a bull, right? Like people will just jump out of the way. So with the Knight of Pentacles, again, take things slowly, but also like commit to the thing, commit to this Ace of Wands. However this Ace of Wands is manifesting from this King of Wands, like commit to it, have, determination with it. I also think it's interesting having the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, because it's the same thing. It's perseverance, inner strength, right? It's like, almost like I'm getting this image of a lotus, like, I mean, they have to snake up through grimy ass water to make it to the surface. And then if I'm thinking of the right, if this is what lotuses do too, they literally like move stuff out of the path so that the lotus can lay. Maybe that's what do they call those? Like I keep wanting to say leap pad, but that's not it. But like the flat, what is that called? Is that called like a lily pad? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen a video of it like coming up through the water, and then it goes around and moves all of the like debris and stuff off of the surface of the water so that it can open up flat. Which to me, like, also even just going down that line of thinking, because like, where did that even come from? Again, right, it's like taking things one step at a time, and also too, even trusting that it'll bloom, because all of these pentacles are, above ground. They're ready to be harvested, right? But it did take time. It did take attention, resources, like your physical presence there in order for these to grow to a point of being able to be harvested, right? So it's like you're going to have all this energy. It's like you're ready to go, right? Like you're feeling excited, you're feeling ready to, right? Like just very clear on the direction that you want to go in. And if you don't feel that way yet, you will. There's this energy behind here with this lion. Like there's energy available to help you. And like I said, it could be transits going on also. And then like I said, we have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor, and the Four of Swords. So Strength card, I've already said, right? Determination, perseverance. Even like half of their face is like turning into a lion here, right? But also even the symbolism of the lamb. So it's like, you know, just the balance between those two things, keeping the innocence, like keeping the childlike fun, again, re-inviting joy into your life, but also having the like assertiveness and the presence of a lion. And I think also like what's coming through with that is to not let something divert you from your path, especially if it's yourself, but also especially if other people have opinions of it. Not to say that that's what's going to happen, but it was coming through. The Emperor is Aries or Mars. So look at all this fire here, right? Like there's a lot of fire available for you. They're holding this chess piece. They're sitting on top of, I mean, I'm assuming that they're sitting on top of Mars here. It's taking calculated risks. Also, the Emperor is like above. The Emperor is above the King of Wands. I've heard somebody describe the Emperor as like all four kings put together. And, you know, just having the cooperation between all of those kings, like at your disposal. And then the Four of Swords is rest, rejuvenation. It just kind of, it is like giving me this feeling or like this vibe of just not worrying about it. The Three of Pentacles is collaboration with others. It could be meeting people that are, you know, either on the same level as you, on the same path as you. That could also even help you heal, because we can see in this Four of Swords that this heart has been sewn. There's, you know, the yarn that's kind of going around it too. So there's a sense of healing here. And it could be through this process of healing because you stuck with it. It's like you wanted this so fucking bad for yourself. You stuck with it because it was kind of like there's no other way, right? Like there's no point in waiting anymore. There's, you know, and especially too, just having that energy available. Like if you're already feeling those things, then yes, go for it, right? And then again, you know, like on the other side of this, you know, this mended heart here is that collaboration with others, working with others, again, meeting friends, like maybe doing a hobby or something that you enjoy to do, like you all come together, like book club or, you know, whatever. I mean, that's just one example that came up, but that type of thing, right? Like you have the same interest. So maybe you meet people doing an interest or trying a new hobby type of thing. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.